Welcome back to what I think is my sixth round of the Revolution World Championship. If you're rolling for the play, since we have the same seed, and it is red weight aggro, so being the play here is very nice. And this is a pretty phenomenal hand. Yeah, definitely keeping this. Turn one symbol of the revolution is okay. Let's see here. I think I always attack and always play Eliana here. I don't think I'm ever doing anything else. Yeah. Oh, well, trades. That's completely fine. Not only do I not have a sack outlet, but also have a raise rampage. So that trade is really beneficial to me. And hopefully they just play a single 2-drop here, so I can romantic and swing in, put in a lot of pressure. Speed protest. Don't love that. Espionage is good. I guess I just go espionage, raise the poisoner, I imagine. Yeah. I don't think there's any worldwide shadow Genji here. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's just go espionage, swing in for 2, and then raise the poisoner. So this gets poison out of range of Ferocious Flame, being the main thing. And Maiden, because I can give haste to the Maiden, which is a fair bit of pressure. I think I am still winning this race. They decide not to, which is fine. And there's a smirk. Hmm. So Romantic doesn't do much of anything here. Don't think I want to be attacking with Ellie Hannah. Oh, I suppose actually if they want to trade off, then I have Raise Rampage to just get back Ellie Hannah. So I think I am just swinging in with both. Like I don't love how much pressure this is putting on me, but at the same time I'm 19, and I do have Ellie Hannah ticking, so I do want to get some damage down. Will we sacking to Espionage to get through? I think so. It is a lot of life to give up, because I'll probably be smoking, but I should have a decent defensive backbone. So let's swing in. I think I'm just always espionaging if the tactus goes through. Sack the poison, get a rat, raise the poison, a smirk. I imagine I do probably want the draw off the smirk, though like it is maybe somewhat risky, just because my life total is pretty darn relevant here. I'd be taking 3 off espionage, 2 off smirk, 1 off the altar. I'd have 2 fairly beefy blockers if need be. I do want to be hitting my land drops, so the Shadow Identity doesn't cost too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. This is maybe a bit risky. He's got some New Divide. Draw Swamp, which is nice. Do I ever go Smirk Shadow Identity? I don't think so, right? Because that does put me pretty down to a Ghost Flame with the Maiden attacking in. So let's just go Smirk. Lavaton Field and Minion, not the best plot. Probably not going to be relevant for a variety of reasons. And then raise the Poisoner. Scon's a good draw. Won't be able to hit this turn, but does pretty clearly answer the Maiden. Oh, okay. What does this backside do? It's an anthem. I guess I say Ukshu. Maybe I should be saying Craig. Yes. Guess I say, also Craig. Feel like I can beat a Ukshu. Yeah, well, they hit 4 lands. Wait, what the hell was the opener? What? Wait, the opener was Symbol Maiden Protest 4 lands? Huh? They didn't Mulligan, did they? Yeah, they just kept the 7. So that was, what, they do like 3 lands remember, I guess? Or they kept something that's like really sketchy. The Shadow Entity won't be hitting anything, unfortunately. Did draw something, another protest. The Maiden is pretty large. I don't know how I'm gonna get past this Maiden. Because it's attack with 6. Like, I don't really want to take 6 here. I don't really want to jump. Like, I guess I need the smoke and the poison to actually provide some amount of pressure. But like, if I go down to 6, I'm not. I don't have that much pressure to begin with. And the second poisoner definitely doesn't help that. Don't really want to be put into ferocious flame range, which taking the maiden does put me pretty darn close to that. I think I'll jump here. I think I'm jumping with poisoner. Doesn't feel great, but the first like vigilance 6/6 is like nasty, so I think I do want to jump. Feels like this might be trying to hold on to my advantage a bit too hard. But I think I can push the advantage a bit more. So poisoner, I will be taking hmm. So we'll be if I go Skull and Poison, I will be taking some damage off the Smirk, which I think is fine. Just because Poisonous Gone is a pretty darn good backup. I think I always just go Polyhana Smirk attack and then Skull and Poisoner. I think if they want to trade for Smirk, that's absolutely fine. And I'm pretty happy to get the draw of it, so it's not a huge deal regardless. If they draw Brillant, then that's pretty bad because I can haste that too. But I shouldn't be dead because I get Scorn on Maiden. Actually, I go to 2, which isn't great, but I think I would have lethal on the swing back. Let's swing in. I have to imagine they're kind of forced to take it and rely on the top of the deck for the next draw. Pikachu doesn't really. I guess Pikachu is like kind of annoying here, but like even then it's not too annoying. But maybe arguably taking Crag would have been better. Oh, they just block Aliana. Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. Definitely not espionaging here. Let's go Scorn, Poisoner, or Shade. Shade's alright. Yeah, but I definitely don't mind that just because my opponent having so much pressure on the board does make it the board state much more how do I say it? Much more volatile. I think yeah, so Love Lifetime's a decent example of that. Because I can fetch a Relant, I think it's called. Florina. Yeah. This does make it pretty annoying to like actually attack through. Just with the buff tokens. So I might need to try and get Skarn in as some aggressive pressure. But Smirk isn't terribly useful here with 2/2/2s killing it. Also, Maiden being a 3/3 turns off Fatal Flaw, which is kind of funny. It also pass the turn back with no attacks, which makes sense considering Scorn. So I didn't play the New Divide, which I suppose also makes sense with whatchamacallit. So I guess I'm just going Shadow Entity and Creature and then Fatal Flaw the attacks here. If they try and double block Smirk. And that should be good. And then keep Scorn back just for safety. Yeah. Is there anything else? Like, not really much else to consider here. I mean, Romantic has been dead since Gen 2. And Shade. I mean, Shade does technically do some stuff here with a block, but I think I prefer just Fatal Flaw to Wind Exchange more than anything else. I'm pretty sure I'm not attacking with Scorn. I guess that does actually threaten lethal. But it would be relying a lot on this Poisoner on the defense. I think I just want to attack with Smirk, because that's pretty safe. They triple block here, that's kind of bad. I guess I probably should consider that, but yeah, I guess this attack's bad with a triple block, potentially. And it's not like too bad, but probably should have just attacked with Scorn. Yeah. Laying out Fatal Flaws isn't the worst thing though. I do get like a Poisoner token, I guess. So this still ends up being like relatively safe, though it's probably much safer to just attack with Scorn if I was doing that attack. I suppose they also have just Scorn activation too, which isn't bad. If they just don't pass, then probably just activating Scorn. Yeah, I mean, say they're getting wrecked by the 1/2s, but like this is what they're here for. I want exactly one Shattered Entity in the main check. It's drawing 2 is far too many. Drawing 1 is just enough. And like Scorn is specifically for this matchup. I even have that many 4s in my list. Poisoner, Minion, Aliana, Espionage, Fauna. So they just go untap New Divide, attack. Okay, tap New Divide. Instigator, sure. That's bad. I guess I just go activate Scorn. I mean, I could like Fatal Fall the Instigator, but that seems really whatever. Yeah, let's just activate Scorn. Glana. Glana's a great draw. Yeah, Glana means that I can just kill the Maiden attack with Poison, I guess. I guess I can attack with both, right? Because I force at least one block. But finally got to kill the Maiden. Attack with all three doesn't really do anything. Attacking with one, attack with both, so it'll be like basically the same thing. So I guess I just attack with Poisoner. And yeah, with that it should be pretty tied up. I feel like I've managed to slowly whittle away at the board state, so not very many things I have to worry about. Oh, wow, that tree is, this card's kind of messed up, huh? I thought that this was actually only itself, getting +1/+0, but like, this is a pretty crap common. Not common, uncommon. Brave Wing is fine. Then let's presumably clears Glana, and then Romantic should come in and clear it out. And that's game one. So, so Romantic doesn't seem good here. Start with that. It's not, maybe I shouldn't be starting with that, but, definitely not great against a lot of the cards. Maybe because I need to attack and they're playing a whole bunch of, raised alarms. Strengths and Stuffing is intended for this matchup. Ambush is pretty good. Fatal Flaw is pretty good. Yeah, if I started out some minions, which is maybe a bit odd. But I don't feel inclined to believe that minion is that great in this matchup. I think if I'm winning this, I'm probably winning on board more than anything. I'm bringing in a lot of 1-for-1s, which minion isn't great at. I think I probably don't want Shadow Identity. It's just kind of really bad against anything that's not specifically the level of Lifetime. And even then, it's just trading equally or down. I do have Fatal Flaws to answer Florina and such. And this should be good. Uh, yeah, this looks good. Romantic. Romantic's the only thing that like maybe there's an argument for. I don't think it's better than anything I have in at the moment. Also if you want to make an argument for minion, I guess. I don't want to make my one drop count too low because I do have the ways rampages still in. On their side, they have a whole bunch of one-ofs. That like I don't really know what to do with. Like I should be aware of blessing unicorns because that's a combat trick because indestructible instant speed. But the rest of the cards, I don't think there's much to talk about just because they are a bunch of one-ofs. So, and even if I did have answers to them, they or bringing answers specifically for them is pretty hard. Like there's a couple one-of enchantments in there that I doubt they're bringing in, but I guess they could. And I get this hand, which is a key. It's a bit like funky for the hand because Espionage was only one creature, but also the mana is of course bad. There's been a lot of hands that I've had bad mana with. No one drop, which I guess shouldn't be too surprising considering they on a multi-5. Would be found this new divide turn one. Maybe an argument for holding it. Revolutionary class is definitely a way to get back from multi-5. Yeah, Revolutionary class is a pretty darn good card. There's a lot of random stuff. Attacking first so I can get the passage into play untapped. This might be playing a little bit too safe compared to just going fields, but I am still concerned about them just like killing the poisoner or like having blocker for me next turn. But maybe poisoner would be a 2/3, so meh. Though maybe this does actually put up more damage with the rat. Not entirely sure how. Yeah, Breeze is definitely a reason to play stuff immediately. We don't have a third land drop, which means I'm probably very far ahead here. Am I cracking this rat here? I do just want to keep it to provide some pressure, knowing that they are missing the third land drop. I get another count on Glana, which is like kind of nice. Means Glana doesn't issue a Ferocious Flame. Same time, I think I can probably just tempo them out of the game and not have to rely on going for the card advantage route. They do have Strength and Suffering and multiple Espionages. Well, I don't have a backup threat either. I think I'm gonna sack the rat here. I think there's decent arguments to not, but like I think just with not having a backup threat to like actually push damage through, makes more sense to do this. And then go Glana Imp. Numlock being an enemy of yet again. Does hit the third land drop. We'll see if they have something for class, which they do. Shade. I'm just always going Espionage Flaw. Do I want to sack an imp? I don't think I want to sack the imp now. Yeah, I think I have enough pressure at this point with the Shade draw and Glana already being down that I can afford to just go Espionage Flaw and then not sack the imp. Arguably I should be waiting on that law, but don't. Guess I didn't actually check. Yeah, I guess it runs into like Florina being the main thing. Do still have an answer to Florina with the Glana down tick. Oh, just have the new divide, so this is probably Florina still. Oh, three? But Maiden? Okay. Okay, just cracking for the card. Doesn't mean that they should be pretty good here. Is that lethal? That's lethal, right? 8, 10, yeah. No random reach or anything. And that was a pretty straightforward game. Not much to say on that. But yeah, kind of rough on their end. Mulling to 5 is definitely not very good in general. So missed the one drop Revolutionary Class on turn 2. And then that's with me having a pretty good start with Poisoner, Fetch Land, and Espionage. Still feel like relatively confident I could win that if they did have an extra 2 cards, but could definitely go wrong pretty fast. Depending on what the cards were. But they definitely have a lot less pressure. I mean, double espionage is still like really hard for them to deal with. So on that respect, I feel pretty advantaged. They have the fatal flaw to answer anything like that comes down. But if the game would have gone a bit prolonged, then those 2 extra cards like managed to remove a lot of my pressure. So if there was like a Ferocious Flame on turn 1 for the Poisoner, for example, then the game can definitely slow down and be a bit concerning. Revolutionary Class always being giving a ton of value. I really like this design. Where it's like all the things that aggro wants, but at a cost that like aggro can like barely afford, I guess. So like aggro wants to draw cards for playing cheap stuff. Mentor Meek is good card, and then they want pressure and they want just straight up removal. So it's all like really nice in that respect. But of course, can you afford to pay it? So then you're slowing down a fair amount. It just is like a nice kind of pay for your utility kind of card. Of course, pretty good in my opponent's deck. I guess I can look over game 1 again. There's definitely that attack with Smirk that wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't like game losing or anything. Like it's the kind of I think it's here. No, it's later. Here the alley kind of gets traded off, which I was a bit surprised at, but does maybe you have to do it. I would have figured in my opponent's spot though might actually be better just taking it, going to 6. Like they lose a new divide, but whatever, and then hoping for a big top deck to stabilize them. So like I guess with Alihan in play, level lifetime is like really bad of a draw, so they need like a brilliant to stabilize them. Because they can't really afford to hold on to the level lifetime card if Alihan is in play. Which they do hit, so in that respect it's good. If Flowing a top deck would probably do a lot too, because they have the protests to trigger revolt, so that might have also stabilized them. I think it's here that I attack with Skull, and I just forget about the triple block. Which I should definitely know my opponent is going to do, because they like 5-6 triple blocked the Alejandro. So even though people do sometimes mess this up, definitely shouldn't expect my opponent to. So that should have just been a attack with Skull, I think. Because I do have the fatal flaw to kill the maiden. And then from here, it's like if they miss the draw step here with a 1-drop, it's pretty over. Just because I'm kind of forcing them to go down life. I also do draw incredibly hot here, like for most of the game. So I could draw Espionage. What? So I draw Espionage turn 3, which I immediately play. I draw Smirk on turn 4, which I immediately play. Which draws Scorn, which I play the following turn with the poisoner that I draw off the top. Yeah, that's some hot draws. Compared to my opponent drawing 3 lands around. Yeah, so they did have 4 lands, 3 spells in the opener. Yeah, this is like a really hard hand to like even consider mulliganing. Like, yeah, like you probably never mulligan this because this is like even if you mulligan, this is a really good 6. Just spinning one of the lands. But then they couldn't. Yeah, they didn't haste the maiden here, which I was a bit surprised at. I suppose they don't have the second protest in hand now, so keeping a protest to trigger. Well, I guess the new divides. Huh. I feel like it's worth hasting here because you never block with the maiden. Um, and like sacking protest for 5 damage seems very worthwhile. Because you're not actually the only thing that you're missing is new divide, or not. You're losing is a revolt trigger, right? I think. Hopefully, I'm right on that. Obviously, not as familiar with my opponent's deck as they are. I think Maiden is the main haste dog in that deck. Um, but yeah, just kind of rough draws on my opponent's side versus incredibly hot draws on my side. I play literally every draw step I have until I guess wait, my turn 2. No, that was yeah, my turn 2 draw step I don't play, but my turn 3 draw step, my turn um all my turn 3 draws my turn 3 draw step, my turn 4 double draw smirk plus the top deck on top of that I'll play immediately. Um Obviously there's like stuff that I would have liked to hit, so there's a good amount of spots where this maiden is just being really annoying. If I hit a Glana at any point, then I can just completely break through. But that'd be getting pretty greedy. So and then I don't even think that there's much to say about game 2. Yeah, I mean if they hit the like if they had perfect information and could like braze the poisoner and that completely throws off my draw. Raise the Poisoner. I play Espionage. They play Revolutionary class. They like hit the land drops. Maybe there's a angle, but they obviously can't know I have Espionage in hand. I mean, last game Poisoner was just a Death Touch dude. They may be worth considering just because they know they don't have much pressure, so not much way to hold off pressure. So just preventing me from getting any land sacks or anything might have been worthwhile. But it doesn't matter either way because they don't end up hitting that one risk land puts them really far behind, and then I just have answers to everything. So yeah, I think arguably my I guess the game 1 wasn't super comfortable, but like as far as what was actually on board, it was pretty comfortable. My opponent didn't draw any of the things that would make their board super scary, so I could just kind of slowly whittle away at them. And then game 2 was obviously pretty straightforward. So I think this might have been my cleanest match this entire tournament. Coincidentally, I think this is the only creature matchup I had this entire tournament. Where creature combat is actually expected to be done, as opposed to Storm or 4-color big stuff. I guess like arguably creature combat is supposed to happen mono red, but like creature combat more like chumping. But I'm happy that I did manage to get at least at least one good creature combat mashup in there. But yeah, thanks for listening.